invention idea I had while living homeless in the woods in Lowell. So, something that you might not know if you have never had a tough life, or if nobody's tried to hurt you, nobody's ever burned your house down, nobody's ever taken advantage of your health like me, or like Angry Beth, you don't never had a father beat you and try to use you for money and fuck with your head. You never had big pharma. You never did drugs. You never drank. Like my father, if he was born today, he wouldn't make it. Not with his personality. Absolutely not. He would not be able to just start from the bottom, work his way up with today's world. Absolutely not. They would use one drink against him and he would lose his mind. See, once when you've made your money and you're over a certain age, if you drink, nobody cares. But if my father was born in 1995 and he decided to even have a beer on the wrong day, oh, he'd be like, "What? That's a thing?" So, yeah, there's a lot like that. But I have a solution to a lot of problems that I came up with. So, a lot of guys coming out of prison want to show off what they call a domino. In prison, they cut a domino, I can't. Anyways, they put something in their testicles very disgustingly, and it gets infected or it doesn't, and it heals inside. And then they go around showing their testicles to other men, even on the streets. These people do this in the homeless communities. They'll pull out their testicles, look at my domino, but they hide everything but the domino, and I think it's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that shit. But years later, people were complaining, "I swear on the Bible I didn't do it. I promise you, officer, I promise I didn't do it." "Well, I heard you say this." "No, I didn't. I said this." And I hear all that stuff going on. And I think of it, I got the perfect voice recording dominoes. Yes, you put a voice recording domino into your testicles, and every 20 years, you teabag a fucking charging device that looks like, those phone wireless chargers? Yeah, you just teabag that for a couple hours, and you recharge it, and you're good for another 20 years. Somebody says, "You said this." You just pull your phone out, scan your testicles, go, "Oh, my testicle recorder says otherwise. It says I said, 'Have a nice day.' Not, 'I'm going to fuck your wife.'" See? You're making up stories. Police officer, here it is. Here's the recording. I live in the 30 I live in one of the 39 states that have one party recording, and I have a security recorder, domino, that is in my testicles. And here it is, your officer. Listen to it. It connects to the phone wirelessly, even. And that probably could be a thing. But here's something I thought of later. How about an MRI machine? Yes. And why do I think of this stuff? Oh, because my life has been at risk and my rights have been violated many times. Why? My father and mother did something to me, then brought me around the country. And then my mother decided the best thing to do was make up as many medical stories and make up as many illnesses as possible, while drilling fake stories into my head, screaming at me, moving me around, and just mainly fucking up my head. I mean, you can look at the drug list. I was given a lot of dangerous drugs, prescriptions that the doctors gave to me based upon my mother's and father's reporting. But not only that, my mother and father gave me drugs that weren't approved by a doctor. Do you think that my mother called a doctor before she gave me those meds that OD'd me at age 7? You think my mother called a doctor when she gave me pills before we went get out in the car for court to get adopted? And no, she didn't ask what time was good. She did what? Do you think my mother called the doctor when she decided to give me extra Epicac as a punishment? Do you think the doctor approved of that? Do you think that a doctor approved my mother's nursing ability, doctor skills? My mother would always say, "I'm a nurse, so I'm better than the doctor. I know better than the doctor. I'll do as I please." She even admitted to the family that giving a child extra medication that wasn't prescribed to him was okay. She also admitted on several occasions that giving extra Epicac, or almost a full bottle of Epicac, to her child as a punishment, destroying his esophagus and stomach, was perfectly fine to do again. So, that is why I feel like a testicle recorder was a great idea, seeing as all these prisoners keep on getting dominoes. What the fuck is a domino gonna do for you? Why don't you ask somebody to make you a nice 20-year battery recorder, huh? That would be pretty cool. Make it out of no metal so you can go in an MRI with it too. Now you're talking. Now you're talking a self-recording video recorder that goes off and records. Maybe you can say, "Hey, testicles, back me up." Or, "Testicles, record. You could even give it a voice command or just say, talk to my testicles. Yeah, I like that one. You have a voice command that says, talk to my testicles. Now you're talking. Why the fuck get a domino in these prisons and put your life at risk for something that's just a heart? I don't get it. But if somebody is trying to literally kill you, or if you received hundreds of injuries, or if your rights are violated, or if people's stories, the made up stories seem to get you hurt, having a recording device like that is a lot better, I believe.